What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video I am going to be discussing the final predictions for UFC 309 and also talking about who is under the most pressure amongst some of the key fighters on the card, who needs to win the most, who is completely cooked if they lose, and then also who is not under that much pressure and who can sort of just go in there and have a fight and not really worry too much about the outcome, and they're not that affected by if they win or lose. But yeah, there's going to be some people here that desperately need to win. There's going to be some people here that really doesn't matter, and there'll be a few people in the middle. Normally I do this for every fighter on the card, but I just cannot be bothered talking about fucking Eduardo Moura versus Veronica Hardy and who's under most pressure there. Just don't care. But anyway, let's start off with the main event. Jon Jones is cooked if he loses. His entire career just falls away. Not really, but like, this dude is so fucked if he loses. If Jon Jones loses after the amount of shit he has been talking, the amount of just blatant ducking he has been doing, refusing to fight Aspinall, refusing to fucking fight anyone apart from Pereira, and then also saying, no, he could have left it at Pereira and I don't think people would have minded. But then he elaborated from Pereira, and he decided that he thought Jamal Hill and Derek Lewis were good ventures in terms of achieving legacy because they are similar sizes to him, and Pereira's 37 years old. So that's what Jon Jones is doing. Just absolutely ducking blatantly. Tom Aspinall literally got banned. He literally got banned from the press conference. He wasn't allowed to go because I'm recording this right now at 3 a.m. Australia times because I stayed up to watch the weigh-ins. But Aspinall got interviewed and he said he literally got banned from attending the fucking press conference because he was going to ask a question and he got banned. And then I don't think they're letting him attend the ceremonials either. But maybe they should let him attend the fight, surely. There's no way you can get the dude to be the backup fighter and then not let him attend the fight. If that happens, Jon Jones is literally fucking getting so much privilege because they're already gone back to the old gloves because Jones just complained about them and said, I can't eye poke as easily. And yeah, he's just getting so much privilege, and if he loses, he's cooked. If he wins, it's not even that beneficial because everyone's still going to say he's ducking Aspinall. This is like a lose-lose, honestly. If you KO Stipe or fucking submit Stipe or whatever, people are just going to be like, yeah, but you're ducking Aspinall, Stipe's 42. He's going to get nothing out of this. And if he loses, it's over for him, and he's just completely fucked. So either way, I don't think Jones comes out of this event looking that good in the public eye, unless he wins and then calls out Aspinall. That'll be great for him. But apart from that, I don't think anything Jones will do is going to bring him out well, like have him come out of this event in a positive light. But he still needs to win, obviously, because otherwise he's completely fucked. Anyway, let's move on, though, to Stipe Miocic. Old man Stipe Miocic. Fucking Stiopic. I fucking love that guy. Stiopic with his immigrant mentality. I'm predicting him to win by round 1 TKO immediately. He's going to chin Jones. No, that's not my prediction. I do think Jones is going to win, but I think he will struggle. And I actually think this fight's going to the cards. Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe Jones goes out there and looks like fucking prime Jones, but I reckon Stipe's going to put up a good fight. If he loses, it's not that big a deal. Him losing to Jones will not remove him from being top 10 all-time, in my opinion. I have him top 10 all-time. Lucas Tracy has him number 15 all-time, behind Marab, which is insane. But Stipe, I don't think he's going to drop too far on the GOAT list with a loss here. And if he wins, it's only upside, really. I think if he wins, he's like top 3 GOATs. He'd be above DJ for sure. And he'd be like, I'd have him above Jones. Sorry, just saying. So if he wins, it's incredible for him. He catapults his legacy. And if he loses, he was expected to lose. He's 42. No one cares. So Stipe, I don't think he's under much pressure. One of the rare times in a title fight, I truly don't think there's any pressure on the challenger, because he's probably just going to retire either way. And people will just go about their day and not give a second thought to Stipe regardless. If he wins, obviously it's great. He wants to win. He's not better off losing than winning, obviously. He's clearly got an advantage to winning. Like, but I don't think it matters that much if he loses. But I think he's going to put up a good fight. I think this fight's going to a decision, and I reckon we're going to see a 49-46 Jon Jones. So that's my official prediction. Anyway, let's move on to the co-main event. Tudo bem, Charles Oliveira, bro. Thanks so much. A big support. Oliveira, look, he is under a bit of pressure because he's coming off a loss. He's 1-2 in his last 3. And if he gets KO'd by Michael Chandler, which is the only way I see him losing, that's rough. And that probably spells the end of Charles Oliveira in the top of the lightweight division. Because if he wins here, you could probably give him a fucking kind of dodgy title shot, or you could give him like a Dan Hooker fight or something to determine a title shot. But if he beats Chandler... So that's if he beats him, he could get that kind of fight. If he loses, it's rough. It's really rough because he's probably gonna fucking get he's still gonna get big names. He'll probably get like a Paddy Pimblett, or Renato Manny Moicano. This is easy. Charles Oliveira, not so easy. He might get a Moicano fight. That'd be pretty cool. I think he'd win that. I don't think Oliveira's completely cooked, but if he gets brutally chinned. This is the worrying career pathway I laid out for Oliveira. He's getting brutally fucking KO'd by Chandler, and then he ends up fighting fucking Fiziev and gets KO'd. And then he fights fucking Joel Alvarez, and then he fights Mauricio Ruffy. Oliveira's gonna go on a fucking BJ Penn level downfall. Please no. I really hope he wins. He's definitely under pressure. Both guys in the co-main event under a lot of pressure. Oliveira, Chandler, who's under more? I would lean towards Chandler just because Oliveira's already kind of established himself. Chandler is still striving to sort of achieve those goals. But I don't know. It's still a lot of pressure for Charles Oliveira. Definitely needs to get the win here to keep his championship hopes alive. But Michael Chandler, let's talk about him. Michael Chandler, the adoption master himself. Chandler. Definitely under a lot of pressure because he's been out for 2 years. This is 2 years off. And he sat out, tried to fight Conor, didn't happen. Got strung along for the ride. Bro really thought he was going to get that fight. Conor pulled out with a fucking toe injury. That's tough. But if he KOs if he KOs Oliveira, it's good for him. I would hate it. I think we would all hate it. But it would be very good for Michael Chandler's career. Which we all are rooting against. We don't want anything that's good for Michael Chandler's career. But then, he could get a title shot. That's what's at stake here, a potential title shot, just because, as I talked about in a recent video, this dude has a lot of privilege. Dana White loves him. He's clearly getting... I don't think Dana White loves him, but Dana White clearly is willing to give him big opportunities. But if he loses this, you're kind of cooked. You're kind of getting a Paddy. You're kind of getting one of these guys. He might just dip. I don't know. He might retire. Might get a fucking go up to welterweight. I don't know. Chandler just doesn't seem like he's really got many fights for him. And especially if he loses, Conor's going to fight him. Maybe if he gets slept, Conor will fight him because it's a top 10 guy that he can fight that's coming off a KO loss. Maybe. Maybe. But I don't know. I think Chandler, if he loses, he's kind of cooked. Fair bit of pressure on Michael Chandler. In my opinion, pretty clearly. Both guys in the main and co-main definitely need to get the win. Let's move on, though, to the next fight. Next up, we got Bo Nickal. This dude might be the biggest fall from fucking hype that someone's ever had without even losing. And it's not even like he's looked bad. He just hasn't fought. He made his debut in March last year. He made his debut the last time we saw Jones in the octagon. And since then, he's only fought twice. Come on. What are we doing? What are these numbers? He fought in March, he fought in July, and he didn't fight again until fucking next April. And now he taken until November. This dude needs to fight more often. Even if he's winning impressively, we just forget. We're oh, cool win, bro. You KO'd Val the Bum Woodburn, who's no longer in the promotion. Sorry, bro. Oh, yeah, 7 months. Oh, what's up? Bo Nickal? You're fighting Jack Hermansson now? Yeah, cool. Let's see those highlights from 8 months ago. It's going to just be... It's hard to get behind him when he's just not fighting. I don't want to just bring him up all the time because you guys will say glaze, but Carlos Prates. I'm not glazing, bro. It's just true. Gene Silva even. I'm just Brazilians, fighting nerds. I'm associated with the gym. But these guys, like they're Diego Lopez, another Brazilian. Any other Brazilians that I like? Josh Fan, I guess. I don't know. But like these guys that are just fight, Buckley, even Buckley's fighting often. I know he's not a prospect, but like these prospects, even Talbot needs to fucking fight more often as well. That zesty motherfucker. Looks like a homeless guy now. Shaved his hair. But like these guys need to fight more often. Otherwise, no one cares. People recognize when Holland went 5-0 in 2020. People recognized him, and it was like, oh, yo, this guy just fucking KO'd this guy. Oh, now he's fighting. Oh, he just KO'd Jacare. That's cool, bro. He's fought like 5 times. What the hell? That's awesome. And they get behind, like, bro. I got a weird. Maybe by the time you guys watch the video, the fight's probably going to be announced. It's probably going to be Colby because Buckley posted saying he's fighting. He's still fighting Ian Gary. He's saying fake news. I don't know. Maybe. They chuck my boy Pratas in there, give him an interim title shot, turn him around a month later. That'd be pretty cool. I actually kind of wouldn't want that though, because it's just not ideal circumstances for him. But I don't know, who are they going to do title fight? But like, even if Pratas fights again in like February, that's going to be 5 fights in a year, in a calendar year. Like, that's kind of nuts. And people will get behind, and that's how you make a name. But Nickal has just not been able to do that, and so people don't care about him. So yeah, I've spent 2 minutes yapping about fighting nerds. Managed to turn Nickal discussion into Carlos Pratas clays. But this dude needs to win, and he needs to win impressively, because if he doesn't, people are just not going to care. Because if he beats Paul Craig and then turns around in like fucking March on the Vegas card next year, or Miami card, wherever it is, sick. We can get some hype going. But like, if this dude doesn't come back until fucking International Fight Week next year, it's dead and no one's going to care. So he needs to smoke Paul Craig. Because again, undefeated, you're cooked. No one's ever going to give a shit about you if you lose to this bum. It's Jiu-Jitsu merchant. Fucking fluke merchant. I'm one of the flukiest UFC fighters, I swear. Paul Craig's fucking S-deal. But Nickal needs to win, needs to do it impressively, otherwise he's fucked. Paul Craig, let's talk about him. Paul Craig. This dude, yeah, I mean, is he under pressure? I mean, I guess he's on a 2-fight loss streak, both by finish to Brendan Allen and Caio Borralho, both kind of getting embarrassed in those fights, proving once again that he is shit. Beat Meniz, beat fucking Ankalaev, beat Krylov, beat Jamal Hill, but yeah, lose to Brendan Allen. Borralho's not bad. The thing is though, like, he hasn't lost to like bad fighters. Like, getting KO'd by Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker's freak athletic, and Paul Craig was never going to beat him because he had no chin. Like he's got no. If you have no power and no other alternative method of like clearly winning against Johnny Walker, you're just going to lose. I don't know why anyone picked Paul Craig in that fight. But yeah, Johnny Walker slept him. He hasn't lost to anyone like super bad though, like recently. I guess I'd say his worst loss is probably the Allen loss, in terms of like he just got subbed. Like, if you're the jiu-jitsu guy, you can't be getting subbed. So Paul Craig, I mean, he wants to upset the prospect here, do the fraud check thing, but I think again, if you're on plus 800 fucking underdog or whatever it is, it just doesn't matter that much if you lose. Like, no one cares. Like, everyone's gonna be like, oh, this guy's cooked now, he lost as a plus 800. Like, no one gives a fuck. You expected to lose. Anyway, let's move on to the next fight. I know you guys love the women's MMA discussion. Sorry, guys. It's 3:30 a.m. Australia time as I'm recording this. I'm not talking about Corinne Silva versus Viviane Araújo. Sure, Corinne Silva's a prospect. She doesn't want to lose. But let's move on. Mauricio Ruffy, the GOAT, another Fighting Nerds fighter who I will continue to glaze. I'm behind these guys. No diddy. And I'm going to... I was about to say I'm going to ride them until the top. Like, pause. Hang on. This is what recording at 3 a.m. does. It means I just don't think about what I'm saying. But no, I'm going to be supporting these guys, and he's going to win, and he's going to masterclass Lontop, who missed weight at a catch weight, by the way. Bum fucking rat behavior. Had like multiple weeks too, so it's not even like he had like 1 week notice. I would get it if it's like a week. But yeah, Ruffy's under pressure though, because he is the prospect. He's a massive favourite, second biggest on the card, I do believe. Or maybe third biggest behind Onama as well, because Onama's a big favourite. But yeah, he needs to show out here. He's getting comparisons. Getting comparisons to Connor. He's on the fucking main card opener. So yeah, he needs to win. He needs to do it impressively. Otherwise, I think anything less than a finish or like a 30-25 is a letdown. Like, if he goes 29-28, boring decision with this guy, that's rough. I might have to jump off the train. But yeah, let's move on though to another fight. because I don't care about James Lontop. Let's move down the card to Jonathan Martinez and Marcus McGee. Now, Martinez is coming off a pretty one-sided loss to Jose Aldo. Now, he was once considered the dark horse of the Bantamweight division. You know, I wasn't the guy singing this guy's praises. I wasn't the guy glazing this dude because he fucking leg kicked TKO'd Cub Swanson. I forget who that was. Was it Bedtime or Lucas? It was definitely one of those two that was going, Martinez is the dark horse about. He's mid. He got KO'd by David Grant. I'm sorry. Yanez is shit. Yanez sucks. He's not good. I don't know why anyone picked him to beat Rob Font. But anyway, what am I going to say? This dude, Martinez, needs to win or do it, or at least perform impressively. If he gets ran through and smoked, and that's 0-2 in your last two, you're probably out the top 15. And he's not a big personality, so good luck fucking getting interest with your fights in the future. You'll just always have that guy that's like, I don't know, man, the leg kicks of Martinez are a problem. Like, he could win. He's like a slight underdog. I'm picking McGee, because I think McGee is just Vanderlei Silva. But yeah, Martinez definitely needs to win to get back on track and kind of reassert some of those narratives that he is the dark horse of Bantamweight. Because right now, he's firmly not a dark horse of any kind. He's the lightest of horses. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on to his opponent. This Vanderlei Silva-ass lookalike, bro, Marcus McGee, might be the ugliest. This guy, as my brother, this has got to be one of the ugliest motherfuckers I have ever seen in my life. Why'd I switch impressions there? But Marcus McGee is an ugly man. He's not a very attractive human. I know you could say the same about me. I don't look like Vanderlei Silva. I've got comparisons. None of them are to Vanderlei Silva. But Marcus McGee, he's a very good fighter, and I'm picking him to win. But, again, you know, he is 34, which means you kind of got to just keep winning, and you can't really afford to lose. Because you just cannot afford a setback. You can't afford a long layoff. You can't... Even he's taken too much... He's taken too much time off. He fought in January, hasn't fought since. Like, KO Joe, a.k.a. Gaston Bolaños, Ilya Abtoro. But he needs to fight more often, and he needs to win here or do it, at least perform impressively. Again, get a ranking next to him. If you're 34, bro, time's going. You're not going to win the belt, but, like, if you want to do anything in Bantamweight, you got to be in the top 15 by the time you're 35 years of age. I know Ayman Zahabi just beat Munoz, but, like, apart from that, like, you got to get there ASAP. Otherwise, you're cooked. So, yeah, needs a win to break into the top 15, kind of assert himself as a guy who deserves ranked fights, deserves those fight night main event spots. We'll see what happens for Marcus McGee, a.k.a. the axe murderer, Vanderlei Silva. Let's move on, though, to the next fight. Chris Weidman, the All-American, a.k.a. the All-Eye Poker. I don't know. I'm just banging up shit jokes right now. Again, if you guys didn't know, I've said it 5 times. It's 3. I think it's like 3:45 a.m. now. We're getting later into the night, or further into the morning, I guess you could say. But Weidman, I'd say it's good for him to win. It's not disastrous if he loses. It's not like he's on some title run or anything. But it'd be good for him to win. Probably retire. I hope if he wins, he retires. If he loses, retire as well. No one's trying to see you fight again, buddy. Like we ain't missing out on Chris Weidman in the sport. I heard after he beat Bruno Silva, I literally saw someone saying, like, what do we think about a ranked opponent for Weidman? And well, bro, he got beat up by Tavares in his last fight. Like, he's not very good at this stage. But I think he'll beat Anders. If not, that's kind of cooked. He's been losing to solid enough fighters, right? Like, Tavares is like that kind of borderline, like, top 20 sort of gatekeeper. But if you lose to Eric Anders, who's also old, 37, that's just not good. That's not a good look. So yeah, he needs to get the win here and do it impressively. Again, I'm skipping over fights. I don't care about Onama. I don't care about Rolly fucking Romero. His name's not Rolly Romero. That's the boxer. Something Romero. His nickname is literally the N-word in Spanish. His nickname is the N-E-G-R-O word. Negro. Okay. Edit that out. But, what am I doing? Let's move on. I'm tired. Next fight. We got Jim, the crafty vet Miller, versus Damon, the no hairline or restored hairline Jackson. Jackson's moving up to lightweight. I'll just kind of talk about both of them. I guess Jim Miller, just wants to win. I guess it's not that. I don't know why I included him. I guess he's trying to win fights. He's trying to get to 50 fights, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Probably doesn't want to lose 2 in a row. Got tuned up by Bobby Green. As far as Damon Jackson goes, there's probably a bit more pressure on his shoulders. He is moving up to lightweight after a pretty unsuccessful run at featherweight. Probably needs to win to save his job, I'd say, coming off a few losses. Did beat Hernandez in there. Maybe they didn't cut him. Maybe they feel bad because he's been losing to guys that have been like missing weight. Like Hernandez and Chepe both missed weight. Beat Hernandez, lost to Chepe. So if he loses up a weight class here to Jim Miller, who's not considered that good at this stage in his career, probably kind of shit, and you just might as well just retire at that point. But no, I don't know. He's just known for getting highlight reel KO'd, which is cool. I should do like a best like highlight reel KO'd fighters, not KO fighters, like the guys that get the highlight reels, the guys that are on the other side of the highlight reels. Matt Schnell, Johnny Walker, these kind of guys. Damon Jackson. But anyway, let's move on to another fight. Archie Tabora, he's a great fight. I love to fight him. I'm going to make this joke every time when I do these pressure rankings and anytime there's a heavyweight, because we all know where the pressure is and it's on his arteries. Marcin Tabora needs to lose weight desperately. He's morbidly obese, needs to save himself from cardiac arrest. I think he could beat Janese here, but again, if he loses, I'd imagine it's probably by KO early. That'll be 2 finish losses in a row at 38. No one ever considers him like a top 5 guy, obviously, but he's going to be firmly out of that mix, probably looking at like a back-end unranked guy maybe, or just retire, I guess, be fat, go fight in Poland or something and then dip. I don't know, fight KSW, fight Phil DeFries or whatever. Anyway, let's move on to his opponent. Jonata Janese. He's undefeated at heavyweight, or undefeated in his MMA career. Bit of a prospect. No one's talking about prospects Janese, but he's solid, and if he loses, it's not good for him. So I guess he wants to get the win, break into the top 15. I think it'll be top 10 if he wins, so that'll be cool. And yeah, Janese, I don't know, who cares? Last fight though, Ramiz Brahimaj versus Mickey Gall. I'm just talking about both of them at the same time because it's just a pretty simple equation. Losers getting cut. Gall's 0-3 in his last 3. Brahimaj lost to Temagrimbo before that, took like 2 years off. This dude's a bum. So yeah, I'd say this is a loser leave town fight. I don't imagine the loser of this sticking around in the company. So yeah, that's tough for them. But that'll be the video, guys. This is 3:50 a.m. recording right now. Very tired. I have my eyes closed as I'm speaking. Good night. Goodbye. I'm sleeping. Hopefully I'm going to wait like 10 minutes after I publish this video. Double check, make sure they don't announce anything, and then I'm going to go bed. What's the bet I wake up and then look and see it's been announced like 10 minutes after I went to fucking sleep. That's what's going to happen. I don't know. Final guesses: Shovcut Colby, Shovcut Ian, Shovcut Prates, Shovcut Brady. Probably not Brady. JDM maybe, but I think JDM's fine. Perth. Sydney, sorry, 312. I don't know. Someone. Yeah. Anyway, bye. Goodbye.